Magandang araw ho sa ating lahat, lalo-lalo na sa ating mga kaguruan mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Meron akong nagtatanong ho sa atin kung makakatanggap ba ang mga guro ng kanilang overload. Meron ba hong bayad ho yun? At saka ano ba yung workload na dapat meron ng isang guro? So meron hong pinakapagula sa April ho ito. Meron pala nito under the DepEd Order number 5 series of 2024. Tingnan ho natin to. So ito ay inilabas April, just this year. Okay. Titled Rationalization of Teachers' Workload in Public Schools and Payment of Teaching Overload. So, ano ba yung napapaloob sa DepEd order na to? So, basahin ho natin. Under this DepEd order, teacher shall render 8 hours of service per day. So, klaro ho yan na dapat yung teacher ay magtrabaho ng 8 hours a day kasi empleyado ho tayo ng gobyerno at saka yun ho ang isinasaad sa Civil Service Commission natin. So, in 8 hours a day, yung 6 hours is devoted to teaching, okay? Actual classroom teaching. Then yung the rest of the 2 hours shall be allotted sa work incidental to normal teaching duties. Pwede gawin ito ng teacher within or outside sa school premises. So, klaro ho yan with this DepEd order na. Yung nalalabing 2 oras ng isang teacher, pwede niya gawin inside or outside sa school. Then, yung mga other teaching-related work, but not limited to school coordinatorships, under Section 14 RA 4670, pwede yung gagawin yan, ibigay doon sa teacher. So, in executive service, yung excess na actual classroom teaching, like you are teaching more than 6 hours, babayaran ho yan ng teaching overload. Okay? Provided that it does not exceed 2 hours per day. So, pwede ho maging mag-teach ang isang guro more than 6 hours, pero yung more than 6 hours na teaching, like for example, nagtuturo siya ng overload siya ng isang oras, like 7 hours ang kanyang teaching a day. So, babayaran ho yun ng DepEd yung 1 hour na overload. Okay? Pero nakasaad din dito na yung teaching overload dapat hindi lalagpas sa 2 hours per day. So, tingnan ho natin ano ba yung guidelines nito. So, let's proceed here. Dito sa page, scope, definition of terms. Dito ho tayo sa guidelines and procedures. Okay? So, uulitin lang natin to kasi merong nagtatanong. Alright? So, again, a public school teacher shall render 8 hours of work per day ho yan. 6 hours actual teaching at saka yung 2 hours ancillary task. No? So, yung sa 2 hours na yung nalalabing 2 oras na pwede mong spend, klaro ho yan, you can spend it within or outside sa school premises. So, reminder doon sa ating reminder din sa ating mga school head na under the discipline order, no teacher shall be required to submit documentary evidence or accomplishment report on how the 2 hours of auxiliary tasks are spent outside the school premises. So, hindi ho kailangan ng teacher na mag-submit ng accomplishment report or documentary evidence kung paano niya ginugol o ginamit yung kanyang 2 oras na lalabi per day. In a week, a teacher must be able to render 30 hours of actual classroom teaching at saka 10 hours of ancillary tasks. So, yun ho ang inihingi ng DepEd order na to. So, in 5 days, in 1 week, it's 5 days, then 8 hours a day. So, that's equivalent to 40 hours. 30 hours teaching, then 10 hours for ancillary tasks. Okay? So, let's proceed with teaching load. So, dito sa teaching load, dapat 6 hours per day. Pero, I guess in reality naman dun sa field, itong 6 hours per day na teaching talagang, this is, na talaga, very burdensome dun sa teacher. Kasi 6 hours, just imagine you have to teach 6 hours a day, I guess. ano to. Pero anyway, kasi itong nasa depth order. So, dito tayo sa mga teachers, yun ho ang ano ng mga teachers na dapat makaturo ng 6 hours a day. Medyo mabigat na to. At saka 2 hours na ancillary task. Because in reality naman talaga, itong 6 hours mabigat talaga yan. No? Saka 2 hours lang yung ancillary task mo. In 2 hours, I guess you have to take some rest after teaching for 6 hours. Okay. So, yan for the teachers. How about the master teachers? So, likewise, yung mga master teachers din, dapat magturo din sila ng 6 hours of actual classroom teaching and 2 hours of ancillary tasks. Ito din, problema, Kasi with the 6 hours, talagang mabigat na to. Saka yung mga master teachers, in cases na ang mga master teachers na designate sila as class advisors, okay, yung task as class advisors is part doon sa 6 hours of actual classroom teaching. So, kasali na ho yun kapag yung master teacher is class advisor. So, in line with the functions doon sa master teachers na like coaching, mentoring, and provisions of technical assistance sa kanyang mga colleagues shall be part doon sa kanyang shall be compensated with a vocational service, something like that, VSC, if performed beyond the 8 hour workday. So, yun ho ang para sa mga master teachers. So, again, the master teacher has to teach again 6 hours a day. Pero, just like the teachers, master teacher lang sila. Pero again, kapag nasa field ho tayo talagang mabigat na to. How can you mentor and coach your teachers kapag ganito yung loading talagang mabigat? Pero wala hong magawa ang mga teachers dito kasi ito ang nakasaad dito sa depth order. Okay? So, class advising duties as part of the ancillary tasks of teachers shall be treated as a teaching to 1 hour per day. So, yung class advisory, that is 1 hour per day. So, that would mean kung meron kang class advisory, so 6 hours na lang yung teaching mo. Okay? Kasali dyan. Included in the 5 hours is the prescribed time for the homeroom guidance program. Kasi merong homeroom guidance program yung mga public schools. Then, remediation or enhancement classes shall likewise be treated as a teaching load. So, yung mga teachers na gumagawa ng mga enhancement classes, remediation classes, that's also part of the teaching load. Kasali na yan dyan. So, pwede ho yung lalong-lalo na yung mga core courses, pwede silang mag-remediation para walang babagsak na mga estudyante. Program-based strategy, approach, intervention intended to strengthen the skills, competency of learners conducted during the allotted time per learning area shall not account for additional teaching load. So meron hong mga interventions, program-based strategy na allotted para doon conduct during sa allotted time. Well, just like for example, may intervention but it's during your subject. So, hindi yan kasali doon sa teaching load. Sa teaching, So, dapat outside doon sa allotted teaching time mo, pwede ka makaklaim ng additional, like, teaching load na additional time. Next, let's have the teachers designated as teacher in charge or yung mga TICs, So, yung mga TIC, dapat may designation from the SDS, kung ano yung trabaho nila. Then, the TIC shall be relieved of teaching and other related duties and perform fully the function as a school head. So, yung mga TIC, dapat hindi na talaga mag-teach. Dapat they will function as a school head na administrative. However, in the exercise of service, yung TICs may be given, pwede din na ang mga TIC may be given teaching loads on the condition that all teachers in the school have been assigned to the maximum of overload of 2 hours. So kapag lahat na talagang mga teachers in a school na nabigyan na din ng overload na 2 hours kasi yun naman ang maximum na overload, 2 hours per day. Kapag nabigyan na talaga lahat ng mga teachers tapos kulang pa din, so the TIC can teach. Okay? So the TIC shall be part of their regular work hours. So the teaching of TIC shall form part of their regular work hours. As a result, any work performed beyond the regular hours shall be compensated accordingly. Kasi yung mga TICs talagang they will function as a school head. Administrative na ho talaga sila. Then, the ALS and the SNED teachers shall likewise observe prescribed work hours for teachers. So the same. 8 hours a day, 6 hours actual teaching, then 2 hours for ancillary tasks. Then, reminder, um, the school head shall ensure teaching load is equitably and fairly distributed among teachers. So justice. Let's go to teaching overload. So if you want to claim teaching overload, narito ang guidelines natin for the teaching overload. Hours rendered as actual classroom teaching in excess of the prescribed 6 hours in a day for teachers shall be counted as teaching overload. So the number of minutes accumulated on a weekly basis shall be converted into hours for the computation of appropriate teaching overload pay. So if you render more than 6 hours teaching per day, so i-compute ho yung minutes, then converted to hours, then i-compute yung overload. To ensure the general welfare of the teaching personnel, the maximum, ilan yung maximum na hours per day? That's only 2 hours. That's provided by the Magna Carta. Then, the general rule, paano ba natin i-compute ito? We'll have it on the next page. So, all teachers shall render the prescribed number of actual classroom teaching hours may be assigned to teaching overload. So, pwede talaga mag-assign ng teaching overload kapag kulang. The specialization of teachers. So, ito ding reminder, specialization of teachers must be the prime consideration for the school head in assigning overload. Teachers holding contractual positions. So, yung mga contractual COS funded by the local school board LSB are not eligible. So, yung mga LSB teachers ho natin, hindi kasali dito sa teaching overload na makareceive sila. Okay, so let's proceed to teacher ancillary tasks. To further support the teaching and learning process, teacher ancillary tasks shall perform the remaining 2 hours. Ito yung mga remaining 2 hours of the regular work load doon sa teacher every day. So ano ba yung pwede na ibigay na teacher ancillary task? So sa curriculum and planning, ano yung pwedeng gagawin nila for curriculum and planning? Preparation of lesson plans, daily lesson logs, action research, attendance, to learning action cell sessions. Then, curriculum and delivery and pedagogy, preparation of instructional aids and materials, checking and recording learners' attendance and participation, classroom management. Then, assessment of learners' progress, checking of exercises and summative tests, recording and academic performance results, grading learners' performance achievement. And homeroom guidance and management, class advising duties, periodic reporting of attendance, preparation and submission of report card and other school forms, conference with parents and home visits when necessary. So those are ancillary tasks. How about for the master teachers? For master teachers, coaching is part of the ancillary tasks, mentoring, and provision of technical assistance to colleagues shall be treated as an ancillary task. So you can do that sa doon sa mga master teachers sa kanilang nalalabing 2 hours every day. At saka, they are also the learning action cell coordinator or inset coordinator shall be part of their functions. School heads shall prepare individual class program ensuring the schedule of teachers give ample time for the preparation and correction of exercises. So, master teachers performing coaching and mentoring as well as providing technical assistance to colleagues beyond doon sa kanilang regular work hours shall likewise granted with VSC according with its applicable lines. Alright? So ano ba yung mga teaching related assignments na pwede ding ibigay sa mga teachers? We have school coordinatorships, Reading, literacy and numeracy, research, SNED, special needs education, ICT, guidance and advocacy, and inclusive education as may be applicable. Then trader as advisors, school paper, sports development programs, SSLG, and SSLG. Then chairmanship, grade level, at saka yung learning area. So in the designation, teaching related assignments, school heads shall consider specialization again of teachers who shall be assigned along with their respective workloads. Teachers with less than 6 hours teaching load shall be prioritized in the designation to teaching related assignments. They shall also consider the guidelines and requirements written in the other existing policies related to teaching related assignments shall be designated to teachers. So yun ho. So how are we going to compute? Here we go. The administration and compensation and benefits. So payment of teaching overload. Teaching overload shall be compensated through teaching overload pay. So meron talagang teaching overload pay. The school head shall prepare a record of teachers who rendered services beyond 6 hours aggregated on a weekly basis. So yung reporting ho is on weekly basis. Ilang hours ho yung accumulate ng teachers. Payment of the teaching overload shall be made on a quarterly basis. So quarterly basis ho yung pagbayad subject to the extent of the allotment for the purpose. In the event of insufficiency of funds, teaching overload hours shall be converted to earn vacation, what is VEC? Vacation service credit provided under the existing debit. So, yung accumulate na mga hours ng isang teacher, it can be converted to vacation service credits sa kanila. So, how about the grant of vacation service credits? So, teacher ancillary tasks and teacher-related assignments performed by teachers beyond regular work hours shall be compensated to the grant of VSC, so vacation service credits. So kapag you work more than 8 hours a day, then nagturo ka na din for 6 hours, so pwede ka talagang bigyan ng service credits. So 8 hours of services rendered shall be equivalent to at least 1.5 VSC. Okay? So yan ho. So 8 hours, so that is 1.25 na day, 1 day and 25, 1.25. The grant of vacation service credit shall be guided by the following procedures. Ito yung process on how to do that. Teachers shall secure authority, number one, secure authority, Okay. Teachers shall secure authority from the school head to render work beyond the regular work hours, specifying the following: name and position. So you have to ask your school head, date and time, the purpose it has to be accomplished, and the justification. The school head shall approve the request. After that, the school head shall approve the request after a thorough evaluation of necessity and the urgency of the declared purpose task to be accomplished. Then, for the request of vacation service credit, teacher shall submit the following. So, if you're done doon sa ginawa mo, that's beyond your regular work hours, gagawa ka ng individual accomplishment report, then approved authority. The school head shall approve the individual accomplishment report for submission to the office of the STS. Then what's next? The human resource management officers shall prepare the special order indicating the list of eligible teachers and number of earned vacation service credits based on the actual number of hours these teachers have rendered, of course to be approved by the STS. Once approved, the personal unit record the earned VSC in the employee's leave card, and teachers shall be regularly informed of their vacation service credit. So, yan ho, I guess we will end up to that, okay? We still have it here. Accumulated vacation service credit used to offset absences of teachers due to illness, or to offset proportional deduction in the vacation salary due to absences for personal reasons or late appointments. So, pwedeng magamit ho yan kapag nagkasakit. The procedures for the use of service credits to offset absences or deduction shall be accordance within the other existing DepEd policy. Absences reflected in the DTR shall indication of vacation service credit offsetting absences. So, automatic na yun. Parang i-offset na lang. Kapag wala ka talagang service credit, ayan, you will be deducted doon sa, proportional deduction. Proportional deduction of vacation salary. Then the accrued service credit shall be converted to sick leave, vacation leave. Credits for monetization subject to availability of funds. So, pwede pala ito i-monetize. Alright? So, yun ho ang good news. I don't know if that's good. I guess that's good news kasi rationalize na yung teacher's workload natin at saka yung payment kapag meron kang overload na ginawa more than dun sa 6 hours. Alright? So, to summarize again, 6 hours lang ho yung teaching at saka doon sa teaching kasali ho yung class advising duties at saka ma-offset ho yung teaching hours. Then doon sa mga ancillary tasks na 2 hours you can do it within or outside the school premises at saka no need for MOVs after at saka you can do it inside or outside the school premises. Yun ho. At saka, if we have some questions, I guess we can email doon sa DepEd Central Office to clarify anything. Alright, so, yun ho. Good news para sa ating mga kaguruan. Kasi rationalize na at saka magkakaroon din ng teaching overload. At saka may bayad ho yan. Okay? So, magandang araw ho sa ating lahat.